Part of Iowa Big Brothers Big Sisters has been making mentoring relationships since 1972. Our mission is to create and support one-to-one mentoring relationships that ignite the power and promise of youth. Our relationships basically include littles or children who are facing some sort of adversity. And when matched with a big or a volunteer, often have shown the results of growing or improvement in grades, attendance, self-confidence, and how they interact with their peers, that there's improvement in all of those areas. As school personnel, the first thing for you to know and understand is that we want to partner with you in order to make this happen for those kids that you identify. So what we are looking for is children facing adversity. Adversity being a very broad term. And the basics of that is that you would identify children in your building, whether it's as the school counselor, the principal, or the classroom teacher, that you see that might benefit from having an extra support person in their life. Questions might be, do they have learning challenges? Are they struggling with reading or math? Are there behavioral struggles that they seem to have maybe on the playground, in the classroom, among their peers? Is it possible that there's some kind of challenge or struggle of something that's going on at home that they would benefit from having an extra support person that's just going to be there to spend some focused one-to-one time on them? Referrals would include our kids, the kids in your building who are possibly 1st through 8th grade, but often our 1st through 6th graders are the ones who we are working with as school-based mentoring. The basics of what happens when we make a school-based match is that we have already identified a volunteer who will be called the BIG. They have been interviewed, we have done background checks and reference checks on them, and have been approved by us in order for them to be a volunteer with us. Child safety is our priority, and what happens then is that we would match them with a student that you have identified. So from identifying those students that you have provided for us, we would ask you to specifically fill out something that we have as a referral form. The identifying of the student can go directly to the school counselor for them to fill out the referral form. That can be faxed to us, it can be emailed to us at our office, and then we will take the next step. Once the school has submitted the referral form to us, it identifies some information about what might be the child's strengths and weaknesses, how they might benefit from having a mentor in their life, and contact information for how to get in touch with the parent. Big Brothers Big Sisters often has mailed out applications in the past, but often we feel as though the school itself has provided a better avenue in order for things to go home for the parents. So what we're asking is that we would send an application that the parent needs to fill out, and that is best often going home through the student's backpack. We find there's more success with those being returned to us. Big Brothers Big Sisters will then interview the young person, the student, after we've received the approval of the parent and the application back. So what happens is that interview, we will set up a time when it's best for their schedule to meet them at school and interview them. And the basics is for us to get to know who they are. What do they like to do? What are their favorite things, their books to read, different things like that. And that helps us to get to know that child, because that is an important part in helping us to make a match, because we like to have that match be with someone who may have similar interests to the young person. So this is a vital part in us helping to know and understand who that child is. Big Brothers Big Sisters will connect with the school, with the teacher itself themselves, to find out what is the best time in order for them to be able to meet with their big. We do not want to pull a child out of core classroom time. We want the child to be able to give us about 30 to 40 minutes of time to meet with their big. And that will take place at school only when school is in session. If the weather is really nice, they could take a ball outside in the playground and throw the ball around. If that is something they have interest in, if they happen to need a little help with some homework or reading, they might sit and work on those things together. As an agency, Big Brothers Big Sisters will be providing a tub of games, card games, board games, activities that could give them something to choose from when they do spend their time together. And even though they may not be spending their time on homework, they might spend their time on games, there's a great deal that is a benefit from them playing games with their big. Taking turns, patience, learning how to follow the rules, and those kinds of things are all really pluses. Plus, just the fact that they're playing a game can often lead to conversations and interactions on from the big that shows or models appropriate responses or ways to react. And those things are all very positive things as well. One of the things that we do after we have interviewed the child and have actually made the match, we will follow up on a monthly basis with the little, which means we will probably come to school and pull them out of the classroom for a short couple minutes just to connect with them. And our connection is based on wanting to know, first of all, what they're doing together with their big. How do they spend their time together? Do they have any questions from us as an agency? Is there anything that we need to be concerned about or connect with school about as well? So that's the most basics about what we do as an agency. Your part as making a referral is to connect with your school counselor about who that child would be that you're wanting to refer. The counselor would then fill out the referral form. The referral form can either be faxed to us or emailed to us, and the basics is that then we will be in contact with you about the next steps, about getting the application out and connecting about how we're best going to make this match happen. We appreciate your help with this so much. You are a vital part in helping this child to be successful, not just learning at school, but their connections with their mentor, and we so appreciate that. We do understand that the impact of a mentor can make in helping a child to really reach their potential and inspire them to think bigger than they ever have before. So thank you so much for your time, and have a good day.